You want to digitize. We are going to take you through the process from why you want to digitize to how to start digitize. Here is what we are going to talk about in 3 different parts. Part 1, why digitize and is it really worth it? Part 2, how to digitize in 7 steps. Part 3, tips to ensure your digitization process is flawless. We will keep this as simple as possible. So what is digitization? Digitization is the process of converting information from analog or physical format to digital format. Scanning of paper documents into digital and searchable documents. So here the key focus is data conversion. Digitization is just a component of digital transformation, but it is not digital transformation. You might be asking, am I in the right place? Yes, you are in the right place. We have been helping companies transition to the digital, to the paperless space through digitization. And we've helped quite a number of companies. And we also help them dispose their documents that have reached their retention period in a secure and confidential and environmentally sustainable manner. Before we dive into the steps on how to digitize, let's look at why you are digitizing in the first place. 1, to save time. Why do you think you're saving time? Your staff takes quite a while to search for a document. We are looking at a space where you've been piling paper documents for quite some time, and you're having quite a number of files in your office space. And it reaches a point where you need to look for a document. Maybe a client is requesting for a document that is quite urgent, or you are looking for a document that you want to use for a meeting. And you put your team at a task of looking for a specific document. And this is among the files that you've been piling up. You can imagine the amount of time it takes to search for this document. I know of companies who even take days searching for a document because these documents have piled up for quite a long time. So how much time do you think you are wasting? And then number 2, to create more productive space. So you might be digitizing to create more space. So as you're piling these documents, they are occupying more and more office space. You're buying more and more filing cabinets. Sometimes you've even created a store for storing these paper documents. And that is waste of space. What if we converted this space into a more productive space? Maybe for your staff to use it to do more productive work rather than having the paper stored in those spaces. And then number 3, you might want to increase your document security because the paper documents are stored maybe in a store that everybody can access or stored in file cabinets that people are able to access anywhere, anytime without really identifying who has access to each document or who has access to each file. So by digitizing, you will be able to keep these files in a digital space, maybe in the cloud, where maybe you have a password or they're encrypted to keep them safe. And then number 4, you would want to protect the environment. The more paper you use, the more it is at the detriment of the environment. So would you like to keep your environment protected? Then it would be best to go digital. If these benefits sound good, let's move to the next part where we will learn how to digitize in 6 steps. The first step is assess your paperwork. These are paperwork that you've gathered for quite a long while. You've done duplicates, they've been revised, they've all piled up, they're all piled up in one place. So the first thing is to sort these documents and remove the ones which are not necessary and keep the ones which are very necessary. There's some documents which have even reached their retention period and you have to get rid of them, but they've been piling up and occupying a lot of space in your office. So what do? You sort out the ones to be retained, and then you put aside the ones to be disposed, which you'll dispose through maybe shredding and in a secure and confidential manner so that nobody can access your document. Then you keep the ones that are required to take through the digitization process. Step 2, choose your scanning tools. If working on a budget, you can assess the tools that you have in the office, because there are some tools that you have in the office that are underutilized and can be used in other ways. Let's give an example of a printer. There are printers which have scanning options which are not used much. You can use this scanner to digitize your documents, or even your smartphone, whereby maybe you have a scanning app, but ensure it has an OCR so that you are able to digitize your document. The OCR is to enable the documents to be searchable and editable. But if you are able to buy a scanner, a digital scanner, that would be okay because it would speed up your process and making your scanning process faster. Step 3, scanning and file format. There are different formats that you can use to digitize. There's the PDF, which is mostly used for the text documents. And then there's the JPEG and the PNG that are used for the photo or the images. And those are the most preferred formats that you can use when storing your documents. Step 4, organizing your digital files. An organized digital document look like having a messy drawer of documents. So to make your team's work easier, it's better to organize your documents in a structured manner. You can use the folder structure to ensure that similar documents are stored in a certain folder. And this makes work easier when you're searching for these documents. Let me give an example of one whereby you can label the documents. You start by the year, and then maybe the month, and then maybe it could be like an invoice number, and then they let them be sequential, and this would enable your team to search for the documents faster and easier. The better the labeling, the easier it is for your team. Step 5, cloud storage and backup. There are different options of cloud storage. We have the Google Drive, you can have the Dropbox, you can have iCloud, there's OneDrive that you can use to store your digital documents after the digitization process. Please ensure that you have a backup for your documents so that in case of any disaster, you're able to recover your documents. But those are the preferred. I think some of them have a certain size that is free, that you can start with that to store your documents. And step 6, security. Security is very key. Use strong password, or you can enable the 2-factor authentication. Your sensitive documents would be digitized, and you can use an encryption folder or a password protected PDF format to ensure that your documents are well secured. Step 7, build a paperless workflow. Digitizing is a workflow, not a one-time task. It's a continuous process. After the initial digitization process, ensure that you make it consistent through scanning of every document immediately it's received. Setting specific time every day will help your team remain consistent in ensuring that they scan each and every document that is received and stored as a digital format. This will prevent an accumulation of paper documents again. And that is the place where we do not want to go back to. Encouraging your team to share files digitally instead of printing will also help in the paperless workflow. From here, we can move to the tips that will help in simplifying the process. Tip 1, start small. Don't overwhelm yourself by scanning everything at the same time. You can begin with active files before now you go to the archived files, but you do it within certain time every day consistently to keep the momentum. Tip 2, using your smartphone scanning app is quite cost effective for a start, instead of buying a digital scanner whose cost is a bit high. Start with the scanning app and do it slowly and consistently to ensure that all the documents are in a few months, all the documents are scanned and uploaded. Tip 3, most scanning apps have built-in OCR. When using one, ensure it has the software. Tip 4, add tags and keywords for faster searches. And that's your beginner's guide to starting your digitization journey. If you find this helpful, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more paperless workflow tips.